We're back for another success story feature. Each month, we introduce to you a small business owner who is finding success through the effective use of marketing and advertising. I hope their success motivates you to continue to fight for your dream.
I opened up my shop in 1990. Didn't do any advertising to start with. And then, of course, you get the salespeople start coming in and telling you, oh, we've got a special deal. We've got a 2-week campaign here for 60 ads over a 2-week period for a set dollar amount. And knowing very little about marketing and advertising, but thinking, well, yeah, that's great. You know, advertising, all of a sudden all this work will come in. So I'd start throwing money out in different directions, thinking, oh, wow, this is, you know, I'm going to start having all these people coming in now, you know, looking for me, and realized soon after that it just wasn't transpiring the way that they'd tried to sell it to me. And within about a month, I hired one employee, and he was with me for the first 8 years I was in business. But really, it stayed around that 1, sometimes 2 employee mark. Didn't have a lot of growth. When we moved up, was down on Industrial Avenue in about a 1,500 square foot shop. And in 1998, we moved up to North 48th Street and expanded into 4,500 square feet, which I thought at the time was huge. And, you know, this is going to last forever. A year after we bought the south location, the north building came available for sale and allowed us to actually expand and get about another 8,000 square foot onto our location with more room to grow. So what started out as a one-man operation has grown into 8 employees at the north location and 7 at the south location. And then we've also got 1 full-time glass guy that is out mobile all the time. I consider the last 10 years really when we started into the collision market as being kind of when we started up. So in 10 years, we've had significant growth to 2 locations and things, and you know, there's a lot of companies out there that aren't anywhere close to that, and I think a lot of it is due to some of the advertising and the way we're targeting it, the message we're putting out there with the advertising. Well, advertising is really tough to track, especially for what we do. We can't throw a sale out, we can't throw coupons out and see a return on that. So there is a little bit of faith there, but the fact of the growth that we've had, plus all the other things that we do, it's not just advertising, it's not just the radio advertising. It's, you know, marketing we do to dealerships, marketing we do to insurance agencies, other types of, you know, public awareness things that we do. It all works together so that hopefully when that person has an accident, they're going to think of us and they're going to have some trust build up over the long term. A good story I have when we first started doing our Bad Driver campaign, which has been running now I think for about 2 years, but within the first couple months of that campaign, my daughter broke her arm, and we went up to the hospital to get it looked at, and it was in the cast, and we get in the elevator to come back down to the parking garage, and there's a guy in the elevator with us, and I have my Speidell Bodyworks shirt on, and he says, "Oh, you broke your arm. You didn't happen to be driving with that bad driver from Speidell's, did you?" And it just really made me realize that, wow, this new campaign is actually sticking. People are remembering it. And I'll have people come in and bring up ads that ran months ago that maybe haven't even been running for a long time, and they'll comment about something specific in the ad. So I've learned from this campaign that it's not just the consistency and just the message and just where you put it. It's also in the delivery and doing something to make people aware or make them hear you. You hear so many ads that just blend in and are mush, or you see so many companies that will completely change their ad campaign every 3 months into something completely different. But having consistency, having a consistent tag, something people can recognize you by, a tagline or a phrase that they can remember you. We use, "Oh, well, back to Speidell's," and it's in every single ad. And so people, you know, I'll have people tell me, "Oh, yeah, something happened the other day, and somebody came in to work and they said they wrecked their car," and then another person said, "Oh, well, back to Speidell's," and it's like, bingo. In Marketing Firepower, they talk a lot about the marketing bridge. And there's nothing more true than the fact that it all ties together. It's not just your radio advertising. It's not just the advertising we do to adjusters or agents or the general public. And it's not just our employees, it's not just the quality of work we do, it's the entire package put together. When those customers come in, the quality of the work has to be good. When they run into an employee, the experience has to be a good one. When we go out and do a cookout at a dealership, that's all part of that marketing bridge that pulls it all together and makes us successful. I think a lot of times in a recession like we're in today, the quickest thing for people to jerk from their budget is their advertising campaign. And that's the last thing that should go away. And it also allows an opportunity for a small business to get into the mix. If you've got companies cutting budgets, cutting advertising, for a small company that's starting up and wanting to get the name out there, targeting what your target market is, figuring out, okay, what possibly if you're using radio, what radio station doesn't have a lot of advertisers in the same type of field as what I do, and then getting money on there, getting your ads on there consistently, and the value story being told is probably the best way to get yourself through a recession. Now, we really haven't seen any loss of business due to the recession. We've actually had growth. Last year was our best year yet, and that's going through hard economic times when there's a lot of shops shutting down. For a new business owner, the Marketing Firepower program is an ideal way for them to learn about marketing. It's taken me years to figure out some of the things that are in the Marketing Firepower program, and now that it's all into a package, on a website especially at a low cost, it's ideal for the small business owner. You can avoid throwing away a lot of money. I can't imagine how much money I threw away throwing ads here and there into different areas until I realized, the true value of proper advertising and marketing. Well, there's really a lot of the ad salespeople out there are vultures in my book, and most of them are uneducated on advertising. They come in, their sole job is to try to sell you ads. Doesn't matter to them whether it works for you. They're going to convince you it's going to work because you're spending $1,000 over a 2-week period. But really, you're at their mercy if you're not aware of the Marketing Firepower concepts, because you're going into a blind, you're throwing money around, and it's really not going to do you any good. It's very easy for me now to shut down ad salespeople when they come in. If I don't have the budget to expand my advertising to another station, I'm sorry, but I just can't do it. It's out. It's not part of our campaign. A person really can save a lot more than what the expense of the Marketing Firepower system is by using the system, but it doesn't do any good just to pay for the system. You actually have to use it and learn the methods and learn the techniques and apply that to your business. So many people come up like I did as a technician, or they work in the shop, or whatever their field is, and they think that, wow, I'll move into the office and let somebody else do the work. But if you're not willing to learn how to market your business and grow your business, you may as well stay in the shop and let somebody else do the work.